Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I have been watching Web of Fear, a very, very, very good Doctor Who story with a very good Doctor Who. Web of Fear Special Edition Blu-ray. Is it worth your time? Is it worth your money? Well, there are things that strongly recommend it, and there are things that strongly push you away from it. We're going to be talking about both of them. Actually, this review has to be done in 3 parts. It's got to be. We've got to talk about the animated episode. Not good. Okay, we've got to talk about the animated episode. We've got to talk about the story in general. Freaking awesome. And we'll talk about the extras. Okay. So now listen, I basically spoiled everything right now. Okay, I'm only going to elaborate on that stuff. That's essentially what the review is. But we're going to go talk into it in much more detail. Fine, before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Fan-dabby double dozy. Thank you very much. I like to be liked. Okay, I like to be liked, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Can you hit the share button? I think I like to be shared too. Like, share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, can you consider doing that? That would be really, really, really great. If you are subscribed, can you make sure you're still subscribed? Because YouTube will unsubscribe you. That's like that will absolutely happen. YouTube will unsubscribe. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Fine. So let's have a look at the cover art. Firstly, cover art is freaking awesome. Did they say who did this here? It's a really great piece of art. It's a cover by. This will put me off buying the Steelbook edition. Do you have the Steelbook edition here? They're not saying who did the cover. Really great piece of design. Anyway, yeah, the sticker off it. It's the only pictures we have with the sticker off. The first time on Blu-ray, which is why I got it, which taught me then. Also for the animation. So let's start off talking about the animation. Web of Fear is this is the one that Philip Morris found most of the episodes for. They're missing episode 3. Apparently, it's in the hands of a private collector somewhere. What a douchebag! That and 10th Planet 4, totally in the hands of a collector somewhere. What incredible douchebags. So we've had these animated reconstructions of missing episodes before. Generally speaking, I quite like them. They're of variable quality. I think the team they got wrong right now who's doing Evil of the Daleks, which I'm really looking forward to. Evil of the Daleks and did the Macro Terror and the Faceless ones. They're the best. They're really, really solid. I didn't like the team that did Fury from the Deep. I thought that was, which I think is a similar team to this, which it has similar problems. But these problems are far, far, far worse. And then before that we had the people who did the Ice Warriors one. Not great. Equally, I think it's the same team also that did Reign of Terror, wasn't it? They rotoscoped a lot of it. So the idea is clever. The idea is a good one, right? Where what they do is they film everybody with motion capture, so they get the movements. They don't have to animate it, and then they take that motion capture and they put a skin over it. They put they get a doctor skin, an animated doctor skin. Boom, put it over it. And then they put it in a virtual set. They can position the camera angle wherever they want. It gives them a lot of flexibility, and so they basically can make it a lot cheaper. That's really the bottom line. They don't have to worry about animating so much. So didn't really work. What went wrong? Okay, what went wrong? Oh wait, I think we got the better artwork over here, don't we? No. Yeah, so this is that's Evil of the Daleks one. And this is Fury from the Deep. You can tell there's a slight difference. Let's go back to the box art, which I really like the box art. So it's a mystery to me. There's a few things that are a mystery to me. If you have the telesnaps, you know the camera angles, and you know you know what you're trying to recreate, right? And they had the same problem with with Fury from the Deep. There's a famous clip of Fury from the Deep when you got the two creepy guys. They open their mouths and the gas comes out. Got all that thing going on, and they don't do it from the same angle in the animation as they did on the TV version. And it's a lot weaker because of it. It's a hell of a lot weaker because of it. Same thing here. So look, there's a couple of clips I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you much because I really don't want to get copyright struck. So this is the beginning. You can just see Victoria. Can you see my cursor? Oh, let me stop that. Whoa. Right, but it's at a totally different wow, that really took over too much of the screen. It's at a totally different camera angle than the telly snaps, and her movements are just bizarre. One sec, let's if you can let me play. Is it going? Right, like at some point, you would look at this and you'll go, I mean, look at her eyes, and you'll go like, this just isn't going to fly. Right, people are walking around like weird kind of positions. This is other place I saw. It was quite indicative. It was okay, yeah. This, I mean, and the lack of animation on the faces, but you don't even get that because the movements are just so weird and so exaggerated and so unnatural. And again, we see these weird angles at people's. We see these weird angles that people's like necks are at. Let me see if I can find some of that. It's just like you would have thought people. It's at its best when people are sitting down, right? Which is why they release this clip. I think it just froze there, but like let me see if there's anything else. I mean, I can't really show it. But so look, the animation is a failure. Right, again, look at Patrick Troughton. Look at it. None of this really works. Right, the animation is an absolute failure. It actually made me kind of nauseous watching it. So I forced myself to watch it so I could review it properly. But much better is watching the telesnap reconstruction, which is rather good. Basically, just want something to get you through. It seems to me if they do a season release of was it season 5. Which they've got to do not Highlanders. They still got to do Wheel in Space. Let's have a quick look. 1 second. We'll do Doctor Who episode guide. Doctor Who episode guide. So they got Wheel in Space is still needed to be done. And let's go to the second Doctor. Yeah, so it'll be season 5. Tomb of Sidemen got Abominable Snowman. So that's you would have to do that. We'll have to do Abominable Snowman, not like this. Oh my god. Ice Warriors they got, Enemy of the World they got, Web of Fear. They got to have to redo this episode when they do that. Fury from the Deep they got, Wheel in Space. So basically, Abominable Snowman and Wheel in Space is a way. But when they do it, they're obviously gonna redo this episode because it's just unwatchable. I mean, the bottom line, it's unwatchable. And again, I don't understand how they couldn't work that out because it genuinely is unwatchable. Here, one second. Let me show you one thing that really irritated me. Like, look at Victoria's face, right? Victoria's. I like looking at Victoria normally. This is weird. Can I zoom in? Let me just zoom in on a second so you can. So if you're not looking, look at the screen. Like, who the hell is that? That's not, and why is her head not fit to her neck? It's just not very good, right? It's not very, very good at all, which is a real shame because the story is fantastic. The story is so archetypal Doctor Who, so incredibly archetypal Doctor Who. I absolutely loved it. It was dark, it was scary, it was steampunk, right? Steampunk is where I think Doctor Who really finds its niche a lot of time. I think a lot of the Hinchcliffe Holmes era, they kind of discover that steampunk. So you got it's a sequel to a story from like a few stories earlier, set about 30 years later, and they bring the Yeti into London Underground, which makes it much scarier because it makes it much more real, much more relatable. But there's just such a wonderful monster because they look like monsters, but they're robots. But they redesigned them for this, and I think the redesign really works very well. They're really scary monsters. Just in general, I just love the intersection between weird, like well, the esoteric, the great intelligence that's something formless without a body, and using the Yeti, who are genuinely scary. There's some great action sequences. I mean, this was directed by Douglas Camfield, and you can tell there were fantastic action sequences. The Covent Garden attack, just breathtaking. Honestly, even by today's time, was genuinely breathtaking. I think it was better than the Russell D. Davies Battle for Canary Wharf. I mean, it was really, really good. Great acting, great characterization. And Patrick Troughton's Doctor is fantastic in this. You can see what Sylvester McCoy modeled his Doctor on this, right? You can also see Matt Smith as well. But you get to see his Machiavellian planning, which is really, really cool. I love the bromance with Jamie. Always love the second Doctor bromance. This is just an all-time classic story. So glad it's back. It's so glad it's back in the archive. Absolutely adore it, right? So I would say this is a recommend on the strength of the story itself. What extras do they have? Audio commentaries, I haven't listened to those yet. The telestat reconstruction wasn't bad, way superior to the animation. Photo gallery, I don't understand a photo gallery. Who cares? I mean, honestly, who cares? I can see that I can go on the internet and get the pictures, right? Like, these are not nothing special. Making of documentary. So this is a central thing. It's about 45 minutes long. It's not a bad talking head. I felt kind of irritated by it because they filmed it in a disused tube station where there was no elevator. So it's like 160 steps had to go down. Fraser Hines is knocking on a bit now, mate. It seems a bit off to schlepping downstairs. What's wrong with a green screen? With if you want to go down and film a few plates there for your green screen, why are you slipping him down the stairs? Reasonably dull, I have to say. The making of, I was like, I nodded off a couple of times during it. They were very excited to interview. Was it Jack Woogar's son? I think, who was one who was a very good character actor in the episode, right? But it wasn't that interesting to me. Many voices of Jack Woogar. This is something they found when they're making this. He recorded his own rehearsal of him working out different voices that he was going to be using within the story. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you haven't seen the story, it's so worth it. It's really, really, really good. Missing Years documentary. So that came out with. It came out a while ago. Deborah Watling's in it. Deborah Watling's and Fraser Hines are in it. Deborah Watling's linking footage is bizarre and really interesting. It's like just like the emotional resonance she gives some of the captions that she's talking through is weird, right? like, oh my gosh, it was very strange. Strange thing about Deborah Watling is I think she's hotter in the Missing Years documentary than she is, the 19-year-old version that's in the Web of Fear. Speaking of Deborah Water being older and hotter, so this made me want to go and check out more great intelligence stuff. I just started watching Downtime. I think I might do a review of it. It's a micro-budgeted sequel to Web of Fear. So that's part of the thing. It does end on a kind of like very, very obvious way. They're going to bring back the Great Intelligence, and they never do. Like, best time to have brought it back would have been Holmes and Hinchcliffe. Oh, perfect. That would have been perfect. But they did this thing called Downtime, which had Deborah Watling in it, Nicholas Courtney, somebody else playing Kate Lethbridge Stewart. And it's just very cheap. So I haven't been able to get through it yet, but it's a direct sequel to this, which inspired me to listen. I also listened to the Big Finish release, The Secrets of Detsen, which that's the next thing I'm about to do a review of. So I'm probably dropping this on Friday. The Secrets of Detsen review will be tomorrow. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos